Hey fans, welcome to another awesome episode of Mel's Mat Chat. This is your host, Melissa. How's everybody going? How's your Fridays going and whatnot? Lots going on. This weekend, we are going to be doing the Ring of Honor show, and I cannot wait to see what's going to be going there. Didn't get to listen to the media scrum for it. I had so much else to do. I wasn't really feeling that well this week because of the stupid weather. So I cannot wait to be watching Death by Dishonor. I just want to make sure that you guys are aware. I will be doing preview and predictions on Sunday at 11 a.m. I'm going to possibly record it tonight. I'm going to record it tonight because I want to be able to enjoy Sunday. I have a long week next week and next weekend. Don't fret. I will be covering SummerSlam. It's going to be a little stick and move all weekend because Saturday is my uncle's 60th surprise birthday party. On Sunday is my grandmother's 80th birthday. Her real birthday was on the 20th. Her party is next weekend. So I'm going to be doing that and everything. So I may do my review probably Monday-ish, give or take, because I have so much to do this weekend. But I will be giving you my thoughts and everything. So don't worry about that. I got you. Also, I will be going live immediately. You know what? I'll wait till tomorrow. Wait till Monday to do it. You know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm going to go live or anything like that because I do have a doctor's appointment on Monday, so it's going to be nuts. So, yeah. So yeah, that's what's going on and everything like that. I just got to check my book about something because now I'm feeling weird about it. I thought so. Now I feel better. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of a special on here. I'm gonna give you a roundup on the G1 climax. So settle in for that. I've watched the first three nights of the G1 Classic. So the G1 Climax. I'm sorry, I keep getting that freaking confused. So I'm like looking forward to that. I've been doing my due diligence. Seriously, I've been doing my due diligence. It's like I am trying to keep up on this. I made it a mission this year that I was going to make this a priority, and I'm trying here. I'm really trying. So I did that, and the next there's, just want to make sure, one press conference, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm going to be for the fourth, which is the fourth night is on July 23rd. So I'll have something to watch tomorrow night. Fantastic. So every Thursday, every Friday, I will be giving you this at the end. So if you haven't watched it or you just need something to know what was going on, it's going to be very simple. It's going to be very, very simple. I will be putting my Dynamite and Rampage from this week, which was this Wednesday and tonight, on the Go Home show of and the preview and predictions of Death by Dishonor. So everything's going to be there. So whatnot. So if you're looking for any AEW content on here, it's going to be on there. But I'm letting you know I will be going live at 11 a.m. on Sunday. Okay, live. I don't know if I'm going to do live or anything, but check my Twitter. I will most likely record it tonight so I can upload it for tomorrow, and then we can be done and I can relax. Speaking of relaxing, I have been a lot better this month. It's just that, it's going to get closer. I'm going to actually put the link to the funeral of my mother will be on my Twitter. I'm going to give you the link to my church so you can check out my mom's funeral mass. Um, I'm going to be after that. I'm going to take only family members, and what I mean about family members, they are blood family. Neither my mom's side of the family or my dad's side of the family. They will be invited. There's like maybe five of friends of my family that will be going to Jones Beach to send my mom off to the Blue Yonders. And it's the most hilarious thing. I just thought of it. There was a song that my grandfathers used to sing. Over there, send the word that the Yanks are. I'm thinking about it because my grandfather used to be in the not the Marines, the Navy, and that's what they usually they play that on their radio and on the ships and everything. And my mom is going to go to the do the yonders and go over and go to Hawaii and go to Australia. If I ever get a chance to do that, those two places, I am going to take my mom along for the ride. And I miss her a lot. And knowing that she's gone, but she's always going to be with me, I have to let her go. That's why I'm doing the whole situation with the ashes and stuff to set her free. She's done here. She's done here. She's done what she needs to do. If she's got any unfinished business, please, for the love of Pete, Mom, please go and do it. You got to put till October 8th. That is your eviction day, okay? This is your eviction day from the earth. You can count on me that I will be fine, okay? I will be fine. It's going to be a struggle like it always is. We always went through struggles. So, but I will be posting the link after it's all over to all my social media and whatnot. I'm going to take a clip. I'm going to do it and I'm going to put it on TikTok and everything like that and whatnot. So October 8th, 9:45. I don't care if there's a pay-per-view that day. This is day has now been set in stone. Nothing is going to stand in its way. But other than that, let's get partying here. It's a Friday afternoon. You got me for episode 248. I am here. Let's get started. How was everybody's Friday? My Friday is fucking awesome. Awesome. I'd be having my circle right now, but the ice that I made this morning, it's not ready. And I'm pissed. So you know who I promote. I'm going to be promoting harrys.com. Get all your shaving tools and toiletries essentials there. Please also go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Get all your beard essentials. Please, it's getting time for that those weddings and whatnot. Don't you want to have your beard looking great? Don't you? After you've used Harry's to make sure you got all the edging up and have your girl grab your razor to get her legs nice and silky smooth because you know what's going to happen later. If you're not with another man, you know what I'm getting at. They're meant for everything. Also, do me a favor, go to liquiddeath.com. There's 3 flavors. There's lime, mixed berry, and mango orange. I actually just got 2 cases this week because I'm sick and tired of paying the LaCroix. The LaCroix gives me like a 12-ounce can. I need more, and it's also a little sweet, so it's like, okay, it's not that bad to take. And if you want to add a vodka or a gin or something, it'll be a great mixer. So go, and that's for the adults over 21. If you're a kid over 21, okay. Also, if please do me a favor and go check out Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. They have two new products, which are blueberry and vanilla. That's a limited time or limited. Um, the quantities are limited, and they have espresso, which I got. The magnifique, delicioso. Also, please go check out hogwrestling.net. High Intensity 8 will be at Terminal 5 August 28th. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you one fucking match, and you're going to be getting your tickets. Go to Fight TV. Yes, it will be on Fight TV. So rest your pretty little heads. Fight TV's got you. How about we have the People's Executioner versus the People's Hitman? We have Low fucking Key versus Killer fucking Cross. I'm sold, just that alone. Then we have the debut of House of Black. That just alone, those two things is like, take my motherfucking money here, you know? So go check them out at hogwrestling.net. Get your tickets now. They're going fast. Also, if you follow Outbreak Wrestling, there's going to be a massive weekend this weekend. I don't know really what's going on, but you can check out their social media on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So that's it. And again, I will be covering Death by Dishonor. I think it's Death by Dishonor. I'm losing my brains here. Yes, I'm losing my brains, darling. I wish I didn't lose my brains, you know? It's really, really ridiculous. I am really not happy. Hopper. It is. Oh, it's Death Before Dishonor. Okay, at least I'm not. I knew I was on the right track with that. All right, so let's get this started so I can get you out of here and you can go enjoy the rest of your Friday because it's fucking hot here. It's not the Big Apple, it's the fucking baked apple. Oh my God, I went out to go take the garbage out. Holy shit. Please, for the love of God, Satan, you got my mother, okay? Don't you think that's enough of a sacrifice? I mean, Jesus Christ, the year that my fucking mother dies, it's the hottest fucking July on Note the Man. Jeez, shit. I got schmutz on my glasses. This is the worst thing about having glasses because you're always getting schmutz on it. What I mean about schmutz, you keep getting this stuff on your glasses. Okay, last week's SmackDown. Let's start off with the preview of that. Tonight's SmackDown has 3 singles matches scheduled as we move closer to SummerSlam. Tonight's schedules are Angelo Dawkins versus Jimmy Uso, Theory versus Madcap Moss, Liv Morgan versus Natalya, and we begin with SmackDown begins with Michael Cole in the ring, who introduces broadcast partner Pat McAfee, who comes out into the ring where he has been told that he is that everybody is official, that he's got the extension. Cole hands the mic to McAfee, who says he would like to take this moment to apologize to the entire WWE universe for his absence last week, causing everybody to have to listen to Corey Graves for 2 hours. McAfee introduces video footage of Corbin's attack on him after Money in the Bank. McAfee says he knew Corbin for a long time and that he and Corbin were roommates together as rookies for the Indianapolis Colts. And as soon as he came to WWE, he became an insufferable douchebag. And SummerSlam will be he will be humbled Corbin back to being a good member of our society. So at least now they are doing something to remedy of what why these two are going to be fighting. At least we know. Are they going to keep following through? I don't know. We'll just gonna have to find out tonight. McAfee is interrupted by Happy Corbin appearing on the Titantron. Corbin says that it's a shame McAfee is too stupid to stay in his own lane. Sweetheart, he's a better professional wrestler than you, okay? He's hung out with Adam Cole, okay? Corbin says he's a fighter, and McAfee just runs his mouth and uses to putt footballs. Corbin says he would come down there, but he seems to have contracted some illness and that he will stay away for now. But he will see McAfee at SummerSlam. McAfee says it's time to move to the show along, and McAfee introduces the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. So we're gonna have Liv Morgan versus Natalya for the upteenth fucking time now. Our opening match begins with Natalya immediately hitting a kick to the gut, and then Morgan responds with a series of right hands. Morgan hits a side headlock takedown. Natalya hits a hard slap to the face, and Morgan hits a drop kick. Morgan covers for a 2 count. Morgan dodges a basement drop kick and hits a kick to the gut. Out on the ring apron, Natalya launches Morgan into the ring post. We come to I pressed something too hard and I lost my place in my notes. I am so sorry. So we come back from commercial and we have the match continues with Morgan hitting a missile dropkick from the middle rope. Morgan hits an enziguri and hits a dropkick to Natalya's back. Morgan hits a running splash into the corner. Natalya hits a release German suplex and covers for a 2. Natalya places Morgan on the top rope, and Morgan slips under Natalya and slams Natalya's face off the top turnbuckle. Natalya locks in the ankle lock, but Morgan rolls through, sending Natalya face first into the turnbuckle. Morgan hits the Oblivion and covers for a 3. She picks up the win and retains the title. Backstage, Theory is being interviewed when Paul Heyman walks up and introduces himself to Theory. Heyman says Theory himself knows deep down that him cashing in the Money in the Bank on Roman Reigns at SummerSlam makes no sense, and Heyman tells Theory to work with him to schedule an actual title match to build to. Theory says Heyman always has good advice, but he will be cashing in at SummerSlam, and then maybe he'll hire Heyman to be his own special counsel. The Viking Raiders music hits, and out comes Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods dressed in full Viking attire as a segment as advertised next as the new raid. I have a problem with this. So it's okay for them to go do something like that, but if just say the Viking Raiders did what they did, but dress up like the New Day, it would be called racist. I'm not joking. I'm sick of this shit. When the Viking Raiders leave to go back to being the War Raiders, they'll go over to Tony and they'll be used properly. Or go back to Japan and do the tag team thing over there and get that division back to where it was. We come back live with the Viking New Day in the ring. Woods introduces himself as Eric the Gross, and Kingston calls himself Ivar the Ugly. Woods said that instead of honor and respect, they just played a lot of Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, and watched all the Thor movies. The actual Viking Raiders then come out as Woods calls them imposters. The Viking Raiders go to say more, but instead drop the mic and walk to the ring. Before they enter the ring, Shanky and Jinder Mahal attack them, and the New Day jump in, and all four of them are able to fight off the Viking Raiders and force them to retreat. Kingston, Woods, and Shanky dance in celebration, and Mahal looks disgusted as if this wasn't the obvious outcome, and Shanky and the New Day in the ring. Backstage, we have the Intercontinental Champion Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser are being interviewed. Gunther said he punished Ludwig last week because there's no room for failure and losing is unacceptable and has consequences. Ludwig apologizes to Gunther, and Gunther screams back at Gunther and chops Ludwig across the chest. Now let's move. The Maximum Male Models with Max Dupree is getting a Maxine, his sister. This week, it's going to be revealed, and I think it's going to be Gunther's wife, Ginny, from NXT UK. So we go to a commercial break. We have Aaliyah versus Lacey Evans. Before the bell rings, Evans grabs a mic and again demands respect from the fans. And the fans eventually boo her, louder and louder. Evans continue, and the crowd does the what chant, which is actually entertaining and not awful this time. Evans tells the crowd to go to hell, and Evans leaves the ring and walks to the back. As Evans and Aaliyah do not wrestle in their scheduled match for the second week in a row. We come back from commercial break. We have Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Last week's scheduled main event for a title match at Clash at the Castle is happening this week, except for the fact that Ridge Holland is announced as McIntyre's opponent. Butch runs outside and Sheamus follows, and Butch rings the bell, which I guess makes the match change is official. Drew McIntyre versus Ridge Holland. McIntyre goes after Holland in the ring, and Sheamus drags Holland outside the ring. McIntyre follows Holland, throws McIntyre to the ring post. Back in the ring, Holland hits a power slam, and McIntyre kicks out of the cover at 1. McIntyre hits a big lariat, and McIntyre stares down Sheamus while hitting Holland with a white noise. McIntyre counts down, hits the Claymore, and covers 4-3. Winner, Drew McIntyre. We come back from another commercial break, and it's Madcap Moss versus Theory. The match begins with a lockup. Moss drives Theory to the corner, but Theory escapes. Moss catches Theory and hits a waistlock takedown. Theory hits a shoulder tackle and then flexes over Moss, and Moss springs up and hits a shoulder tackle of his own, and then flexes in Theory's face. Moss hits a fallaway slam. Moss hits a lariat to send Theory over the top rope. Moss follows outside, and charges towards Theory, but Theory dodges, causing Moss to crash into the steel steps. We come back from the commercial break. We have Theory hitting a drop kick and covering for a 2. Theory locks in a chin lock, but Moss powers to his feet. Theory hits a right hand to cause Moss to fall to his knees. Moss bounces off the rope and hits a big shoulder tackle. Moss hits a spear to the corner and follows with a spine buster. Moss covers for a 2 count. Moss hits another shoulder tackle to send Theory to the outside. Moss follows, and Theory attacks Moss with the Money in the Bank briefcase. So it's a DQ, and its winner is Madcap Moss. Jimmy Uso versus Angelo Dawkins. Our main event begins with a lockup. Dawkins backs Jimmy to the corner and then hits with a spine buster. Then hits a spine buster. Jimmy hits a Samoan drop. Dawkins catches Jimmy, kicks out. Jimmy hits a enziguri. Jimmy goes to dive outside, but Dawkins counters with an uppercut. Dawkins hits a running shoulder tackle and to send Jimmy flying to the barricade. We come back from a commercial break. Our main event continues with Jimmy hitting a running splash in the corner, but Dawkins immediately gets up to hit a huge uppercut. Dawkins hits a corkscrew elbow and covers for a 2. Dawkins hits a corkscrew splash in the corner. Jimmy accidentally runs into the ref, and Jimmy hits a super kick and covers, but the ref cannot count. Dawkins hits a sky high and covers for a 3, but the ref misses. Jimmy's shoulder being up, causing Dawkins to get the victory. So the winner is Angelo Dawkins. After the bell, Adam Pearce makes his way out to announce the special guest referee for the match at SummerSlam to be WWE Hall of Famer Jeff Jarrett. Now, if anybody did not know, but Ric Flair is going to be doing his quote unquote last match. And let me tell you, it's going to be Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. He's going to be teaming up with his son-in-law, Andrade El Idolo. And will we see Charlotte? Now, if we do see Charlotte, because we can't do anything about Jeff Jarrett, because he's only an executive, he's not an on-air talent. If Charlotte Flair is in it, then everybody that wants to work with other fucking promotions should say, if I'm not in a high-priced thing, let me go to maybe New Japan for 6 months. Let me go to AAA for 6 months. I promise you I won't go to anything that has anything to do with AEW. At least they could compromise until maybe, since with the announcement that this morning, which I will be letting you know before I do the G1 Climax, what my thoughts are. Holy shit. Goddamn things happen in the morning on a Friday. And you think we don't have, you think that there's going to be no news today, you know? After the announcement, all 4 wrestlers get into a big brawl in the middle of the ring as several referees in the ring are unable to separate them. SmackDown goes off the air with the brawl still going on. All right, so that's that. That's that. Let's move on to Rampage from last week. You will only get a little bit of AEW on here because of the fact that happened last week. These are the 2 go-home shows, which are Wednesday, and so let's get to that. AEW Rampage. All right, this is Rampage. We have the very first match we have with the Dark Order, John Silver and Alex Reynolds versus the King of Black Throne, Brody King and Malachi Black. Reynolds and Black chain wrestle, and then Reynolds took down Black with a deep arm drag. Black got a blind tag to Brody, and Brody used his bulk to muscle Reynolds in the corner. Reynolds avoided a chop and tagged out to John Silver. Brody is not Brody is not going to be intimidated by the big bam bones of John Silver, said Tony Schiavone, as Silver struck a double bicep pose in front of Brody. Brody King leveled John Silver and then attempted a senton, but Silver dodged it and tagged out to Reynolds. Silver and Reynolds blasted Brody with stereo kicks, then sent Brody spilling to the outside. Then, after more tandem offense, Brody intercepted a diving Alex Reynolds, then spiked him on the ring apron. John Silver tagged in and attacked Malachi Black with a side suplex. Silver tagged Reynolds and they tried more of their tandem offense, but Black had it scouted. Black booted Reynolds, and then Brody nearly decapitated Reynolds with a lariat. Silver avoided a moonsault from Black on the outside, and then Silver whipped Black into the steel barricade. Back in the ring, Brody King hoisted up Alex Reynolds for the Gonzo bomb, but Silver rushed in to save, pulling his partner back down. The Dark Order went to town Brody King with their patent double team maneuvers for a near fall. Malachi Black somehow cleared 3/4 of the ring to break up the pin, said Excalibur after Black jumped off the top rope and drop kicked Reynolds to save King. Malachi Black connected with a back heel kick to John Reynolds. Black sent Reynolds into Brody King's clutch for Dante's Inferno, and King stored the victory. The Kings of the Black Throne were leaving on the ramp. Darby Allin jumped off the top tunnel, crashed onto Brody King, and began to pummel him with strikes. He's like a bat out of hell, said Jericho. Darby Allin leaped off the top of the tunnel, said Excalibur. Darby Allin putting his career in his own hands, replied Ross. Brody King shoved Darby off of him and sent him tumbling down the ramp. King and Black were going to continue the assault on Darby, but Sting walked out to even the numbers. It's Sting, said Tony Schiavone. Yeah, we know it's Sting, all right? It's a little annoying and getting obnoxious, all right? As Brody was distracted, Darby chopped blocked Brody's leg. Sting had a stare down with Malachi Black. Sting and Malachi, they are waiting to see who makes the first move. This is a chess match, said Excalibur. Brody and Darby brawled throughout the crowd, while Sting and Black continued to eye one another. Neither man was willing to give the other man the satisfaction of the first move. The Redeemer, Miro, was backstage. My God, did you make a deal, a devil to stop me? Because ever since Malachi's missed, I could feel his claws. Should I let the pagan take me, or should I rip off their heads and take their spines? Did you send the House of Black to destroy the Redeemer or recruit me? I would give anything to have him join. At least he would be part of something. At least he could start going for stuff, and at least he'll have backup, because that would be fucking phenomenal. Having him fucking get the evil clutches in him, and him turn really heel. Oh my God. So we go into the Ring of Honor World Championship match. Lee Moriarty versus the Ring of Honor World Champion Jonathan Gresham. Ring of Honor commentator Caprice Coleman come and join the broadcast booth for this match. Normally, I talk about how Gresham holds the foundation together, but last week he turned his back to all of that. So I don't know how to present him to you. All I could all I could do is say he is the best technical wrestler in the world, and you are in for a real treat. The code of honor was observed before the match. Lee elbowed Gresham in the face and then used a double leg takedown for a ground and pound. Lee hit a knee strike and Gresham crumbled. Gresham, this is what you get for turning your back on your friend, said Jericho. Lee Moriarty stalked Gresham outside the ring and then whipped him into the steel guardrail. Gresham booted Moriarty in the midsection. Gresham knocked Lee with a low blow while the ref is distracted. Gresham slowed the tempo down and used a side headlock takeover on Lee. Gresham tied up Lee for a near fall. Lee broke free and kicked Gresham right in the jaw. Moriarty controlled Gresham's head and nailed Gresham with knee strikes and then a drop kick. Moriarty used a bridge suplex for a near fall on Gresham. I'm very impressed by these two, said Jericho. Gresham grabbed Lee with a octopus and forced Moriarty to tap out. Now we know Jonathan Gresham will walk into Death Before Dishonor on Saturday, July 23rd on pay-per-view as the reigning Ring of Honor World Champion, said Excalibur. Tony Schiavone went to the ring to interview Ring of Honor World Champion Jonathan Gresham and Tully Blanchard. Gresham, did you see that win tonight? You fans don't know what you're talking about. You're going to see my face on AEW every week from now on. I am going to come down to the ring, outclass all of your favorites because I'm the best hold for hold wrestler in the world. So then of course, the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli music hits, and Claudio walked to the ramp. Claudio is setting his sights on the Ring of Honor World Champion, said Excalibur. Christopher Daniels was backstage, had words with Jay Lethal. Christopher Daniels, CD. You know, as someone who wrestled Samoa Joe countless times in his career, I have to applaud you. Jay Lethal, The best time to talk tough about Joe is when he's not in the same building, not even the same state. But I also could tell you, as one of his best friends, that he finally gets his hands on you, Jay. He's going to teach you one more lesson: how to get choked out at death before dishonor. But if you keep putting your name in his mouth before that, maybe I'll just slap you. Chris Statlander and the fallen goddess Athena versus Charlotte and Robin Renegade. These are the two that are being compared to as the next Bella twins. You don't want to get compared to them, darlings. The baddies were watching from front row. Chris and Athena hit stereo drop kicks and the, to the Renegade twins. Statlander smashed them with a senton. Statlander launched Robin off the shoulder, and Athena jumped off the turnbuckles with a knee strike to Robin. Athena suplexed Charlotte. Athena finished off Charlotte with a cutter from the top rope and pinned her. After the match, Layla Gray jumped on the ring apron and began to shout in Athena's face. Statlander grabbed Gray and tossed her into the ring. Athena and Chris began to hit Layla with strikes until Kira Hogan and the TBS champion Jay Cargill sprinted down to the ring. Kira kicked Chris's knee and Jade planted Athena. Stokely Hathaway appears to be sold on Layla Gray as a new member of the Baddies, but appears Layla Gray as a new member of the Baddies, but it appears the jury is still out for the undefeated TBS champion Jade Cargill, said Excalibur. The Gun Club were in the ring to explain the actions with the Acclaim. Billy Gunn, Tony, I get it. Everyone is upset. Everyone loves the Acclaim. I love the Acclaim. I treated them just like they were my own kids. But there just comes a time when Daddy Ass has to drop the hammer. He would have loved to say sledgehammer, but I don't think his BFF Triple H would have been too happy. But he's supposedly upset with him because of what he said at the Hall of Fame. Grow a fucking spine, Billy. Jesus Christ. So the Acclaim came on, walked into the ramp, and walked towards the ring. Bowens and Castor, not here to rap, they're here to fight, said Excalibur. Billy Gunn, guys, hold on. I know how we can settle this. I know everybody in the building wants to see it one last time, and we can go our own separate ways. Scissor me. This is something that I don't want to know. I don't know why they came up with it and whatnot. The Acclaim blasted Gun with a thrust kick. The Acclaim and the Gun Club began to brawl. The Acclaim hit clothesline on the Gun Club and sent them over the top rope to the arena floor. Main event time. Private Party versus the Lucha Brothers. And somehow we had Jose, because they were doing something that they were trying to get them on their good side. I think they're going to team back up again. I don't know at this point. So we have Private Party using tandem offense on Penta, but Penta had it scouted. Ray Phoenix tagged in, and the Lucha Brothers chopped down Private Party with thrust kicks. Private Party fired back with drop kicks and tope suicidas. Ray Phoenix nailed Mark Quinn with a cutter. Private Party made a comeback as the ref was distracted. Andrade El Idolo started to choke Penta from outside the ring. It seems like Andrade El Idolo has really got under the skin of the Lucha Brothers, says Excalibur. Private Party had Penta isolated in the corner. Penta Oscuro. I'm always still fucking that up. Came back with a sling blade and then made the tag to Ray Phoenix. Phoenix used an arm drag and then a foot stomp to Cassidy. He leg dropped Cassidy and powerbombed Quen simultaneously. Ray Phoenix chopped away an Irish and at Isaiah Cassidy. Mark Quen pulled Phoenix off the ropes, and Cassidy jumped off the turnbuckles for a diving crossbody press and a near fall on Ray Phoenix. They've been thrown off their game completely tonight by this mass hysteria, said Jericho. Penta tagged in and hit Mark Quen with a thrust kick. He followed up with a Death Valley driver to Quen into the corner on Cassidy. Penta planted Quen with the Made in Japan for a near fall. This offense by Penta is spectacular, said Tony Schiavone. Alex Abrahantes neutralizes Jose, the assistant, who had jumped up on the ring apron. Meanwhile, Penta waffled Andrade El Idolo with a thrust kick after Andrade tried to again to interfere with the match. As the ref was distracted, Roosh came down to the ring and clocked Penta Oscuro with a cheap shot. Somehow Penta Oscuro countered Mark Quen with a Canadian destroyer and tagged in Ray Phoenix. Limping in, Ray Phoenix spiked Mark Quen with a Blackfire driver and pinned him. So what a gutsy performance by Ray Phoenix and Penta Oscuro. Andrade El Idolo is understandably upset things are not going his way he had planned, said Excalibur. So that is that. Let's go right into Raw. Let's go right into Raw this past Monday. Tonight we will see the return of the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar with a mammoth last man standing match with Roman Reigns looming. It will be interesting to see what Lesnar has to say tonight. And who knows, maybe Lesnar will actually wrestle a match on Raw for the first time in 20 years, minus a week. And if you can remember his opponent, sound off into my chats or on Twitter. As for the rest of the show tonight, the United States champion Bobby Lashley will host an open challenge. Theory will face Riddle, and we're hearing rumblings of an angle where Alexa Bliss has her best friend Lily stolen. We also could expect to see Kevin Owens, Ezekiel, Seth Rollins, MVP, Amos, the Street Profits, Becky Lynch, and the rest of the usual cast. This week's show opened up with the man of the hour, the Beast Brock Lesnar, and he walks to the rapturous reception of the crowd. The fans chant his name. Brock says, "Well, God bless Texas." He says that after a reception like that, it wouldn't be rude for him to wear his cowboy hat. So he sets it on the ring post. Brock Lesnar says Roman has been living like a king ever since WrestleMania. Pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. He says Roman is a hog, and he slaughters hogs on his farm every single day. At SummerSlam, the tribal hog is going to get a country ass kicking, the likes of which we've ever seen. Paul Heyman comes out, and Brock says, "Speaking of hogs," the fans start chanting, "You suck." And Heyman tells them to stop, that Brock Lesnar doesn't suck. Lesnar asks Heyman to actually say something. Heyman says, "We've gone from the most stupendous WrestleMania of all times to the most violent SummerSlam of all times." And that favors Lesnar. Why? Because Reigns defines a greatness by beating the opposition in athletic competitions. But him and Lesnar define his legacy by annihilating people, conquering streaks, and ending careers. So if Brock has to put Reigns down for the count of 10, he's going to just do that. It won't matter if he puts him down for 10 seconds or puts him down for good. Heyman says Lesnar is not a man. He's a beast, a hog slayer, and an avenging badass that wants his revenge on his tribal chief. Heyman says, "We're approaching 700 days of Roman Reigns as Universal Champion, and this is one streak that Brock cannot conquer. He will ensure Roman is ready if he has to train Reigns to kick his head up Brock's ass and pull his heart out of his asshole. He'll do it." Lesnar can't believe that Heyman said what Heyman said, but before he can speak, he's interrupted by Mr. Money in the Bank Theory, and he stands on a platform near the stage and says, "SummerSlam is going to be the greatest night in WWE history. He's going to reclaim the United States Championship, then watch Brock and Roman destroy each other. Then he will walk down the ramp, place his boot on the Brock or Roman's chest, and become the youngest WWE champion in history." Lesnar says they can do it right now if he wants. Theory says he doesn't care who wins because the two of them are suggesting they're going to kill each other. Theory then points to footage from the Elimination Chamber, which from February, where Brock slammed Theory into the plexiglass before giving him an F5 off the top of the pod. Theory says that could be Roman Reigns, a heap of flesh, and he hasn't forgotten what Brock did. Alpha Academy suddenly walk out from near the announce desk and surround the ring. Brock says he rolls into town, and suddenly the cockroaches come out of the woodwork. Lesnar takes his shirt off, and Otis gets in the ring. Gable then hits a chop block from behind, and Otis knocks Brock backwards into the corner. Lesnar laughs and takes Gable down with a clothesline and sends Otis over the ropes. Lesnar goes out and lifts the steel steps, then hits Otis and Gable a few times. Lesnar then grabs a chair and beats them with it. Heyman looks horrified. Lesnar hits Gable with a belly-to-belly on the floor, then gives Otis an F5 through the announce table. Lesnar laughs on as Theory and Heyman look more than a little annoyed. Lesnar grabs his cowboy hat and puts it back on. He gets in the ring and bows for the fans. It seems the plan for tonight's Raw have changed. Theory was supposed to face Riddle in a one-on-one match, but now it's a tag team match, with Bobby Lashley joining Riddle and Seth joining Theory. Also, Bianca Belair will defend her Raw Women's Championship in a rematch against Carmella. But up next, Rey Mysterio takes on Finn Balor of the Judgment Day. I'm afraid that they're going to take the title off of Roman Reigns. And it's going to fucking put a goddamn monkey wrench into the whole fucking thing. We do not want that. All right? What we want is what I will tell you after I go through through NXT, because I got two fucking big stories that I want to give you my thoughts on. The Mysterios are in the ring after the commercial, and out comes The Judgment Day. Damian Priest tells the fans to rise and show respect to them. He says that what happened to Ray and Dominic last week, getting beat down backstage, was justice. Priest says Ray is celebrating his 20th anniversary soon, so it's time to face it. He's washed up. Priest tells Dominic Ray has nothing left to offer him. He's tired, old man doing circus tricks that are even his. Then Priest says they have more to offer. The future of the business will be decided by them, and he welcomes to join. The fans boo, and Priest says that doesn't matter. Damien should blaze his own trail and rise with the Judgment Day, or continue to fall alongside his father. Balor and asks Dominic, when is he going to learn he's just going, he says, just because Ray is a legend doesn't mean he's going to protect him. Edge is a legend. They keep bringing up Edge and they keep showing these vignettes. I don't know. It just seems like that's not him because he's got short fingers. But if you look on other promos, he's got those long fingers, which I wonder why Beth Phoenix is a very happy woman, if you know what I mean. Look what happened to Edge. We see a replay of Priest, Balor, and Ripley turning on Edge a month ago. Balor says Edge is gone for good because he was a bad leader. And Ray is a bad leader and a bad father. Ray attacks Finn, then him and Dominic double drop kick Priest out of the ring. They look to hit Balor with a 619, but Priest drags Balor out of the ring. This match is happening after the break. So we're going to have Balor versus Ray. We're back live, and this match is already underway with Balor beating Ray down in the ring. Balor applies a real chinlock, then lifts Ray and whips him into the turnbuckles. After turnbuckles, Balor shoulders Ray back a few times, then lands a backbreaker for a 2 count. Balor makes it seem like he's going to hit the Three Amigos, but instead clubs Ray down with a forearm. Mysterio knocks Balor back and goes to the top rope, but Finn shoves his legs and falls down into the Tree of Woe. Balor then targets the leg and wraps it around the bottom rope until the count of 4. Balor kicks Ray out of the ring and goes after him. Balor rolls Ray inside but turns to talk trash with Dominic, allowing Ray to hit a sliding sunset flip powerbomb from the ring to the barricade. We're back, and both Balor and Ray are on the top rope. Mysterio hits Finn with a super Frankensteiner for a near fall. Ray lifts Balor and hits an insecurity, causing Finn to land on the middle rope. Ray hits a 619, then goes to the top rope and jumps for a splash, but Balor sits up and just avoids it. Balor mockingly taps his head to say he's smart. While he's bragging, Ray grabs Balor from behind and crucifix pin and gets a near fall. Ray attempts a head scissors using the ropes for assistance, but Balor counters and slams Ray down for a near fall. Balor then lifts Ray and hits a 1916 before going to the top rope and landing the coup de grace to score the pin. Balor wins. After the match, Dominic gets into the ring to help his father. Priest and Balor hold their hands out to him, asking him to join. So they were trying to get him to join. It didn't work. And I have a feeling This is all a setup. Edge is going to team up with Ray. They're going to go to SummerSlam. Dominic is going to fucking turn on his father, and Edge is going to realign him with the Judgment Day. That's what my prediction is. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it just sounds good. It just sounds good. We come back from a commercial. Becky Lynch comes down to the ramp and stands on the announce desk. She says she was devastated when she didn't win the Money in the Bank, and she kind of lost her mind a little. But she's reasoned that the way Liv won the title like that, winning the lottery. But she doesn't need the lottery because she works her ass off every week to earn a paycheck. So does she does. Seriously. Lynch continues that she dragged herself through a no holds barred match and won it, so she could have gotten the title match. Instead, Carmella got a second opportunity as always. She's being made to jump through hoops to get what's rightfully hers. She doesn't give a damn who wins tonight because she's challenging the winner at SummerSlam. Well, no shit, the Sherlock. So we have Carmella versus Bianca Belair. Tell me who wins this. Because if you say the wrong one, you're an idiot. You're a complete fucking idiot. Becky Lynch is still at ringside as the match gets underway, and she looks furious. Belair scoops Carmella up and runs her into the buckles as the match gets underway. Carmella drops Bianca with a boot, then talks trash to her. Carmella hits the ropes, but Belair catches her with a shoulder tackle. Carmella rolls outside, and Belair follows after, and slams her head into the desk. Then argues with Becky. We're back from commercial break, and Carmella attempts a head scissors, but Belair counters with a sidewalk slam. Carmella goes to the top rope and catches Belair between her legs and hangs upside down over the ropes to choke her. Carmella goes up top and hits a crossbody for a 2 count. Carmella drop kicks Belair from behind, and she hits the buckles face first. Carmella chokes Bianca with her boot in the corner. Carmella goes to the top rope again and jumps for another crossbody, but this time Belair catches her, rolls through, and hoists her up for a standing suplex. Belair shoulders Carmella in the corner, and they both attempt roll-ups to no avail. Belair hits a glam slam, then looks for a standing moonsault, but Carmella gets her knees up. Carmella super kicks Bianca and covers, but she just kicks out in time. Carmella lines up another super kick, but Belair blocks it. Belair slams Carmella into the buckles, then lifts her up for a kiss of death, but Mella grabs the ropes to prevent it. Carmella then counters the KOD with, God, I got an itch on my shoulder. Sorry. With an X Factor for a near fall. Carmella attacks Belair in the corner, but Bianca fights her off and wants a power bomb, where Carmella gets out of it. Belair clotheslines Carmella, then lands some stiff forearms shots to the back. Belair hits a spinebuster for a near fall, but gets sent out of the ring. Bianca trips Carmella on the apron, then goes to the top rope, but Mella rolls out of the ring. Belair goes after and wants a suplex, but Carmella rakes her eyes. Belair shoves Carmella into the ring post, then gets her back in the ring and in the ring on the count of 7. Belair looks to get back in the ring, but Becky Lynch runs around and distances her. Belair and Becky talk trash, and the referee counts Belair out. Winner via count out, Carmella. Now my other shoulder's itching like crazy. Oh my god. So then after the match, Lynch leaves laughing. Belair gets in the ring, and Carmella grabs the Raw Women's Championship. Belair grabs her and hits the KOD and takes her belt back. After the break, we come back. We have The Miz and Tommaso Ciampa make their way to the ring for a new episode of Miz TV. The Miz welcomes us to the show and says his guest is a man who remorselessly attacked several superstars since the debut, including AJ Styles, of course. His guest is Ciampa, no Tommaso. The Miz asks what his goal is. Can we go back to November 1st, 2019, please? Can we just for a second? You would think if you want to play long-term working, you would say, I don't want to have work with this guy because he beat me when you guys were stuck in fucking Saudi Arabia. That's just me. Okay? Champion says he wants the eyes of the world on him, and nobody commands the attention of the people more than The Miz. The Miz says he currently in the right place. He guided a social media icon to becoming a successful WWE superstar. He handed him everything on a silver platter. He did, and did he thank him? No. He posted a video on social media saying he's coming from him. Well, you fucking turned your ass on him, you fucking asshole. Anywho, moving on. Miz says he knows what Logan is doing. He's stirring the controversy. He understands, so the offer still stands and they can become WWE Tag Team Champions. But if he doesn't, he's going to find another partner, and he doesn't think he's going to have to look very far. The Miz turns back to Ciampa and says they're going to show AJ Styles just how phenomenal they are. AJ Styles comes out and tells them to shut up. He says he keeps getting attacked from behind by Miz and Ciampa. It seems like Miz has found himself someone to do his dirty work, and that isn't brave. That sounds like the actions of a man, with the Miz getting angry and tells him to stop. AJ asks to let him finish and says they are actions of a coward with tiny, tiny balls. I never would have thought that AJ Styles would be talking about tiny, tiny balls. If you want to keep this guy doing part-time shit, you better give him I want him next year to start going for the WWE whatever champion or anything. I want to see Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles at WrestleMania. AJ Styles winning the fucking Royal Rumble, and then he can get the title off of fucking Rhodes. That's a fucking blood feud I would like to see. Ciampa tries to attack AJ, sends them both out of the ring, then wrecks the Miz's set. Ezekiel comes out and introduces himself to AJ Styles, saying Elias has told him just how good AJ is. Ezekiel says Elias was also insistent that Miz has tiny balls. So we're talking about balls now. So this is TV 14, people. This is the risque we're gonna get. Yeah, bullshit. Ezekiel says he talked to Adam Pearce and he got his turn into a tag team match. If AJ accepts, the crowd wants it, and Styles shakes his hand. The match begins with Ciampa and Ezekiel, and Zeke lands a shoulder tackle. Ciampa fires back with some chops in the corner, but Ezekiel lands some of his own. Ciampa kicks Zeke in the face and makes a tag to Miz, but Ezekiel immediately goes for the offense and tags Styles. AJ stays in control of the Miz and drops him. Styles beats him into the corner and tags Ezekiel. again. Ciampa gets a tag and counters Ezekiel to gain the upper hand. Ciampa beats Zeke to the apron, then connects with a running knee to knock him off. Ciampa goes out and runs Ezekiel into the barricade, and then sits on the apron and pats himself on the back. Ciampa gets Ezekiel in the ring, then throws him back out and tags The Miz. The Miz slams Ezekiel into the announce desk as we head to break. Ciampa is still in control of Ezekiel and applies a tight side headlock. Ezekiel fights up, but Ciampa hits a roll up for two. Ezekiel then catches Ciampa with a knee, and both of men are down. Tags made to The Miz and AJ Styles, runs roughshod over The Miz with forearms and kicks, then hits a splash in the corner and a gutbuster for a near fall. Styles lifts Miz up, but he slides off. AJ rolls him up for a 2 count, but Ciampa distracts Styles and Miz lands a snap DDT for a near fall. Miz wants a skull crushing finale, but distracts Styles, and Miz lands a snap DDT for a near fall. Miz wants skull crushing finale, AJ Styles off the slam, but Ciampa breaks it up. Ezekiel tosses Ciampa out and throws him into the announce desk. Miz kicks Ezekiel away, but AJ grabs him with a calf crusher. Ciampa stops the submission and won't stop beating AJ, so the referee calls the bell. So he gets a DQ win, Styles and Ezekiel. After the match, Miz and Ciampa roll from the ring to regroup, but Styles dives over the rope and wipes Ciampa out with a phenomenal forearm. Riddle joins Bobby Lashley in the backstage and says they're going to be an awesome team tonight. Riddle suggests that after the show they can watch Stranger Things together because Becca freaks him out. Lashley says he already watched it, but they'll kick some ass tonight regardless. We come back from the commercial break. We have Alexa Bliss and Asuka versus Doudrop and Nikki Ash. Asuka and Nikki kick things off with a lockup, and Nikki slams her down. Asuka gets up and shouts at Nikki, then hits a shoulder tackle. Bliss tags in and hits Nikki with a double knees to the gut. Then Doudrop tags in along and levels her with a body attack. Doudrop stays on top of Alexa for a moment, then tags Nikki. Nikki grabs a submission. Bliss fights up and drops Nikki with a clothesline. Doudrop and Asuka tag in and the Empress unloads with a series of kicks and spinning back fists. Doudrop whips Asuka to the corner, but she counters with a springboard dropkick. Nikki tags in and jumps at Asuka, but eats a knee to the face. Asuka knocks Doudrop off the apron, then hits a sliding knee to Ash for a near fall. Bliss tags in, and Doudrop drags Asuka out of the ring. She looks for a running senton on the floor, but Asuka rolls out of the way, and she lands flat on her back. Inside the ring, Bliss counters Nikki and lands a DDT to score a pinfall. Alexa Bliss and Asuka win the match. We have a commercial break, and we come back. The undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, the Usos, make their way down to the ring. Jay says the bloodline is in Texas, and once again, they're out here saying what they do. Red brand, got that. Blue brand, got that. Two, they own everything, so they can show up whenever the hell they want. The Street Profits are crying and whining about the money in the bank, but it will be the same result at SummerSlam because they're the twos, and they're about to say, and the Usos are the ones. But the Street Profits come out to interrupt. Dawkins says the Usos hit them with everything they had, but Ford's shoulder was up. still up. Ford gets in Jay's face and says, at SummerSlam, they're going to take the tag titles because they're and they want the smoke. R-Truth comes out and says, it doesn't have to be like this. They need to calm down. Truth says he's the divorce attorney, wedding officiant, and he can even fly a Top Gun airplane. But he's also a bona fide tag team counselor. The Usos say he wears a lot of hats, but unless he's got a referee shirt underneath, he can get the hell out of the ring. Truth pulls another page and reveals he's indeed a referee. He pulls his shirt off and he's wearing a referee shirt. R-Truth then displays some of his skills, like counting someone out, sliding to make the pin, etc. Truth keeps going until Jimmy tells him to shut the hell up and take down his clown ass to the back. Truth gets offended and asks if the crowd wants to see his clown ass fight. Truth then takes the referee's shirt off and says he'll fight both of them right now with the Street Profits, of course. Amos and MVP then come out and interrupt MVP. They come out and interrupt. MVP says, why not allow the Nigerian giant be a special referee at SummerSlam? The Truth says because he's not from Tennessee, you dumb fucks. Amos can't even count to 10, but MVP says Truth can't either. MVP says he thought Amos could join this match tonight and showcase his ability to the bloodline. Truth yells, remember the Alamo? Then everyone starts brawling. The Profits get knocked out of the ring and Truth gets laid out. If you thought that there was going to be anybody else other than Jeff Jarrett, you're totally mistaken. Not only Jeff Jarrett's going to be there, but Jerry Lawler's going to be there. Mark my words. So we have R-Truth and the Street Profits versus the Usos and Amos. Amos starts with Dawkins and drops him with a shoulder tackle. Jay tags in with Ford and eats some shots. Truth tags in and uppercuts Jay, but Amos gets the tag and chops Truth in the corner. Amos clubs Truth and tags Jay for some stomps and body slam. Jay tags in next, but Ford and Dawkins come in and drop both Usos with drop kicks. Truth rushes in and knocks Amos off the apron with a dropkick. Then Montez and Dawkins dive over the ropes to the Usos, although Angelo totally missed. Truth then dives over the ropes onto Amos, but gets caught and slammed onto the apron. Amos then runs over Truth with a body tackle at ringside before roaring. Back from commercial, Amos is wailing on Truth when we return. He chokes him on the middle rope and tags Jay. Truth ducks a clothesline and drops Jay with a heel kick. Ford and Jimmy get the tags and Montez lands some lariats and fury of kicks, followed by a running shoulder and a standing moonsault. Jimmy rolls outside and Ford wants to dive over the ropes, but Amos grabs him. Dawkins pulls Amos off the apron, and he and Ford run Amos into the barricade. The Profits isolate Jimmy and hits a double team electric chair, spinning elbow for a near fall. Jay returns and sends Ford to the outside, but Truth then drops him. Truth wants a 5-knuckle shuffle, but Amos drags him from the ring and sends him into the steel steps. Amos gets inside and cleans house, hitting a choke bomb to Jimmy for the win. The Usos and Amos win. Seth Rollins is being interviewed backstage. He says he feels great because it's Monday night and it's main event time, which means it's Seth Rollins time. He says everyone is concerned with Ezekiel's identity, but he doesn't give a damn. He wants to know who the hell is he wants to know who the hell Riddle thinks he is. He's someone who thinks on a higher plane. Can we once for one week not refer to pot, please? It would be great. It would be also great. Please, pretty please, okay? I'm begging you. I'm begging you, people. Okay? Or is he a moron? Randy Orton took pity on Theory. Took pity. Theory appears and asks Rollins for advice on how to cash in the money in the bank. Seth says he came to the right place and walks off with him. We see a video Paul London posted in which he says the Miz is delusional. Clearly, he's not getting through to his thick skull. So he's coming to Raw next week, and when he meets him, it's going to be awesome. Seth Rollins and Theory versus Bobby Lashley and Riddle. The main event gets underway with Riddle and Theory, and Mr. Money in the Bank lands a kick to the gut. Theory backs Riddle into the corner and punches him down. Then tags Rollins and beats on him also. Theory tags back in and Rollins holds Riddle so he can club his ribs over and over. Theory wastes time showboating and Riddle hits him with a tie kick in the corner. Lashley tags in and shoulder tackles Theory in the corner. Theory scrambles to his corner and tags Rollins, but Lashley slams him. Riddle tags in Lashley, assists him with a floating bro. Lashley tags back in and beats Rollins in the corner. Then lifts him up for a suplex, but Seth knees him and bails from the ring. Lashley goes after and runs Rollins into the ring post. Suddenly, Dolph Ziggler's music hits, and he walks down the ramp in a suit. After the commercial break, Ziggler is sat at ringside, watching the match. Riddle is isolated in the heel corner, but starts firing back with elbows and knocks Theory off the apron. Riddle goes up top for a floating bro, but Rollins jumps up and hits him with a super reverse suplex for a near fall. Rollins slaps Riddle and mocks him. So Riddle starts firing back and chops and kicks. Rollins catches Riddle with a sleeper and transitions to a front face lock. Riddle escapes with a Pele kick. Theory tags in and rolls through the ropes towards Riddle, but gets caught with a rolling armbar. Theory climbs to his feet with Riddle on his back and jumps on his back to get him off. Tags are made to Lashley and Rollins. The Almighty is like a bat out of hell with clotheslines and belly to belly. Rollins counters a Dominator and jumps at Lashley, but gets hit with a power slam. Theory returns with a forearm, but Lashley hits a spine buster. Rollins with a rolling forearm to the back of the head, then goes up top for a frog splash and a near fall. Riddle and Theory tag in, and Riddle lands clotheslines and snap power slam. Riddle connects with a draping DDT, then readies himself for an RKO. Rollins drags Theory from the ring, but Lashley then spears Seth through the barricade. Riddle grabs Theory, but gets snapped on the top rope. Theory wants an ATL, but Riddle escapes. Riddle wants an RKO. Theory rolls him up and puts his feet on the rope. Ziggler shoves Theory's feet off the rope. Then Riddle hits an RKO for the win. After the match, Riddle and Lashley walk up the ramp together. Lashley hits Riddle on the chest and he collapses. Lashley picks him back up, and they laugh. Just reaches his feet when Ziggler slides into the ring and drops him with a super kick. Ziggler stands over Theory to close the show. Uh, I think if they want to do this, they should do the reverse Otis. And I gotta blow my nose, people. Just bear with me. This is what happens when you don't use your allergy spray. Ugh. Phone froze a little bit. Hold on. NXT. Toxic Attraction has been leading faction on NXT for a better part of the year. But last week, their control of the brand took a dent when Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade took the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship from Gigi Dolan and GCJ. Tonight, Perez looks to topple the entire dynasty by defeating Mandy Rose and becoming the NXT. I'm reading the wrong one. Sorry. Sorry, my phone is doing crappy things. Such a headache right now. Sorry. My eyes are killing me. My phone is really weird this week. Been saying I need to get a new phone, and I just keep not doing it. Finally. Well, we start off with JD McDon Mc I can't, and I'm Irish. Sorry, I'm just gonna say JD. JD works over Grimes' knee. Grimes fires up and knocks JD off the apron with a big boot. JD gr- trips Grimes and flattens him with a corkscrew slingshot. Splash JD continues his assault on Grimes. Knee Joe Grimes' knee. Joe Gacy is shown watching the match from the bird's nest. After the break, Grimes lands a basement dropkick. JD rolls out to the apron and Grimes tries to suplex. JD drops down and trips Grimes. JD slams Grimes' knee into the ring post, chops blocks JD. JD turns Grimes into a single leg grab. Grimes fires up and lands a flurry of offense. Grimes gets hung up in the ropes. JD stomps while the referee tries to help him out of the ropes. JD hits the devil in slide for the win. Jade complains that she and Roxy got Perez's foot in the door, and fans are only care about Perez now. She finally found the perfect partner and finally won the tag team titles. Not even a half an hour later, Perez announced that she was cashing in her shot on Mandy Rhodes. Jade admits that to attacking Perez in the parking lot and not trying to take her spot. Jade says that she's going to win the battle royal tonight, and the tag team titles mean nothing to her anymore. Jade drops the title in the trash. Roderick Strong versus Damian Kemp. Strong takes Kemp down and works a side headlock. Kemp reverses it and floors Strong in the shoulders blocks. After an up and over, Kemp lands a spinning power slam followed by a flying elbow for a near fall. Strong fires back and lights Kemp up with a few chops in the corner. Strong works over to Kemp. Kemp fires up and lands a series of clotheslines. Belly to belly suplex by Kemp. Kemp lands a slingshot speed for a near fall. A double clothesline leaves both men laying. Tony D'Angelo appears on the Tron. D'Angelo and his family laid out the tag team champions, the Creed brothers. Kemp tries to go check on the teammates, but Strong knees him in the face and pins him for the win. Strong picks up the win. NXT UK Tag Team Title Match. Briggs and Jensen versus Pretty Deadly. Wilson and Prince double team Jensen. Jensen avoids a double backdrop and tags in Briggs. Briggs and Jensen work over Prince and Wilson. Prince jumps off the top, but Briggs catches him and hits a body slam. Prince is sent flying out of the ring, and he lands on Henley. Briggs and Jensen check on Henley. After the break, Pretty Deadly is taking turns working over Jensen. Jensen's manages to take in Briggs, who clears the ring. Wilson tries to bring the title belt to use as a weapon. Henley and Wilson play tug of war with the belt. Jensen and Briggs surprise Wilson with their finish for the win. Still NXT UK Tag Team Champions. The dyad is revealed, and it's with the former grizzled young veterans, which I don't like. This didn't need to happen. They didn't need to have a tag team to do this. They could have given them another tag team. Backstage, Braun Breaker is looking for JD. We have an in-ring segment with Braun Breaker. Breaker calls out JD. JD appears on the Tron and asks Breaker how his shoulder is doing. He's going to dissect Breaker. JD has a mannequin behind him. He draws and diagrams where he's going to separate Breaker's shoulder. Breaker cuts off JD and tells him that if he can't find his balls, and get in the ring with him. Maybe he should get some from the mannequin. If JD rips off Breaker's arm, Breaker will beat JD over the head with it. We have Adam versus Dante Chen. Very quick. Akam Atam, I think. I can't pronounce this guy. Once I hear it, I'll keep saying it to myself. We have the women's battle royal for the number one contendership. Toxic Attraction is watching the match from the Toxic Lounge. Zoe Starks makes her return from injury. That's why that whole thing with the QR code. Cora Jade, who is already in the ring, doesn't seem pleased. Everyone surrounded Jade. Jade rolls out of the ring. Ivy Nile decks her. Jade runs up the ramp. Nile follows. Amari Miller is eliminated by Nile. Fry and Lash Legend fall over the top rope to eliminate each other. Wendy Chu is tossed over the top by Tiffany Stratton, but Cho lands on a pillow, so she isn't eliminated. The field thins to the final four, but not including Cora Jade, who hasn't made her way back to the ring yet. Our Lions, James, Starks, and Stratton. Lions dumps Lions dumps James Stratton. Lions dumps James. Stratton dumps Lions. Stark and Stratton battle it out in the ring. Stratton gets tossed out by Stark. Stark celebrates the match, but it isn't over. Jade tries to sneak in behind, but Stark back body drops Jade over the top rope, and so he Stark's the winner, and she will be going against Mandy Rose at some point. I would actually hold on. Now, to give the NXT UK a rub, have full WWE matches, but have all the champions, the tag, the women's, and the world, have the winner of that tournament that's over there, because Ilya Dragunov is out with injury. So we have a winner. So it's going to be the two top champions, the two tag team champions, and then the Heritage Cup champion versus the North American champion. Then you have three matches all together. You have the stagnant, and it gives the NXT a rub, and it would give NXT UK a rub, which they should have a prominent role in that pay-per-view. But that's just me. Now, I've been watching, what is it? The G1. And oh my Jesus. I woke up Saturday morning and I watched the match with Kenta and Juice Robinson and Jay White. Boy, Mr. Tony Storm, we've got to have a little city spell here. Where the fuck have you been hiding your husband? Girl, we need to have a little powwow here. Come on. So it's been great, and he's great. Where the hell have they been hiding him? I need to know these things, people. I need to know these things. It's not good to hide these things from me. Anywho, it was really, really awesome, and I'm glad that I'm actually, watching it. So, to recap from nights 1 through 3, here we go. We have Block A. We have Kazuchika Okada, THRU Yano, Tom Lawler, Jonah, Jeff Cobb, Lance Archer, Bad Luck Fale. This was on July 16th. The main event would see Kazuchika Okada narrowly come away with his first 2 points of the campaign, putting away Jeff Cobb after a hard-fought battle that summed up the monstrous nature of Block A. Cobb showed his clear power advantage in the early going and brought Okada easily to the floor, where the 2021 winner was hurled violently into the guardrail. Effortlessly powerful, Cobb hurled the Rainmaker easily. Okada relying on speed and momentum and landing to back elbow and then a flapjack. The move would make a broad pop up under the ring, and Okada would bring Cobb to the floor to avoid the damage area. The high risk environment paid off well for Okada. A DDT seeing Cobb's head drilled into the floor and a moment respite. The Rainmaker started to build momentum with a reverse neckbreaker, but Cobb would pull a page from Okada's own playbook to drop kick the former world champion, who was sat on the top rope and followed with a top slide suplex for a very long two. Okada was able to rally with the top rope elbow, but could not go home against Cobb, who met a tombstone attempt with one of his own, and the Rainmaker with an Aloha Maker, one that should have secured the victory had Cobb's own momentum not almost take him out of the ring. Instead, the match continued as Okada had difficult bringing him home, so Cobb couldn't take Okada on a tour of the islands. Eventually, there was one attempt too many, as he had against Tetsuya Naito and at Donataku back in May. Okada went to an Inokiyo-esque Itsugiri before landing a Cobra Twist flosion move and then a Rainmaker to secure the victory. We have Block B. We have Tomohiro Ishii, Tamatanga, Sanada, Taichi, Great-O-Khan, Jay White, and Chase Owens. In B Block, Jay White got off to a strong heart with a victory over Sanada in her Hokkaido, and the ever cerebral Switchblade would expertly manipulate Sanada to the outside with an attempt plancha. And from there did all he could to despite cold skull of oxygen. In the contrast, Sanada would opt for his more classical approach, stealing White in the Paradise Lock and nearly securing the win with an acute skull end. Gato, who hopped on the apron to draw Sanada Erie, however, and release the hold, meant that the LIJ member Los I'm not going to try to pronounce that. The LIJ member instead had the middle rope kicked between the legs. Jay White would know similar pain with an accidental low blow from Sanada before an elevated TKO got the two. Yet, as Sanada again negotiated skull end, Jay White buried his finger deep in the eye socket opposition before walking the ropes in and going into the opposition. Before walking the ropes and going to the Blade Runner. So Block C, we have Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, Tetsu Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., Haran Hernan, Kenta, and Evil. Block C action would kick off the Unites tournament matches with an upset of Aaron Henare defeated former mentor Hiroshi Tanahashi. Henare was quick to bring fists and feet to the ace before straining the neck and midsection of his foe. Tanahashi would fire back with flipping senton and dragon palm strikes, but momentum would be killed and as Henare used his size advantage to land a big second row senton. Tanahashi resisted and the Ultima at first. Sorry, my eyes are crazy today. But when high fly flow was when fly flow only found the knees of the ultimate weapon, Henare was at full control. The Ultima came together on the second attempt, and Minori Warrior released the hold to land Streets of Rage in reach for the 3 count. Block D, we have Yoshihashi, David Finlay, Shingo Takagi, Will Ospreay, Juice Robinson, El Fantasmo, and Yuri Takahashi. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be fucking up these names, so bear with me. D Block would see El Fantasmo show exactly what the G1 meant to him in a spectacular effort against Will Ospreay, but a losing one as the United Empire Commonwealth Kingpin took the top spot in the block. After Phantasmo's less than charitable comment delivered in an obscenia at the G1 press conference, Ospreay started fast against Phantasmo with a double barrel dropkick out of his home corner as the bell rang. With a high speed and high level of intensity, Ospreay pursued Phantasmo and drilled him with boots and chops before ELP athleticism saw him score with a high cross, a tope suicida, then a spectacular coup de bras. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know these freaking words. Drives me nuts. My eyes are killing me like crazy today with this heat. In a shift from his usual in the ring arrogance, Phantasmo to opted not to mock his foe, instead keeping the pressure with direct offense style. ELP was able to match his opposition for speed, if not power, and Ospreay would be able to respond with a spinning backbreaker, a power bomb, and an orange crush. Still, though, Phantasmo knowledge of Commonwealth Kingpin offense saw him stay a half a step in front. Sudden death almost setting up CR2. In the end, an evenly matched battle was decided in a split second. As Ospreay went for the Os Cutter, ELP caught Britain with a perfectly timed backslide that got nearly a 3. As Ospreay kicked out, Phantasmo made a momentary appeal to the referee, enough time for a sudden, precise, and powerful hidden blade that saw a 3 count. So that's that. I'm not going over the entire card. It's just the tournament itself. I will be here till fucking doomsday. Well, that would be kind of good because that means that I get to see Cross. But that's a little selfish on my part. My hair is like everything with this stupid heat. Swear to Jesus. Night 2. This was This was, where is it? July 17th. This is the second day, the four blocks back in action in Singapore. Sapporo, with more group matches coming from Hakao Kita Yell and more big results coming from the league. To refresh, we have Block A. We have Kazuchika Okada, Yuri Yano, Tom Lawler, Jonah, Jeff Cobb, Lance Archer, and Badlock Fale. Winning big indeed with was Toro Yano, who managed to get 2 points over the imposing Jonah. Perhaps seeing that Yano might pull off a rabbit out of his hat, Jonah brought TMDK, teammate bad dude Tito, with him to ringside, a factor that had Yano quaking in the boots even more than usual, but became decisive in Yano's victory. Jonah was able to effortlessly muscle Yano around the ring, and though avoiding contact on a big senton and connecting with a belly-to-belly suplex caught him breaks. They are brief indeed for the Chaos member. As both men spilled to the floor, opportunity knocked for Yano, who answered the door, shoving Tito into his giant foe. Yano managed a double low blow and scurried back inside, allowing for a countout victory for his first 2 points. Block B has Tomohiro Ishii, Tamatanga, Sanada, Taishi, Great Khan, Jay White, and Chase Owens. In Block B, it was Taishi joining Jay White at the top of the table with two after the hometown Sapporo crowd thought the Holy Emperor to victory over Nemesis Tomohiro Ishii. A violent clash was expected and was delivered on spades as Ishii tested the pride of Suzuki Gun foe and found Taishi more than willing to respond. Brutal strikes were ordered of the day, but the bout, which had Ishii almost capitalize on a thunderous suplex as Taishi's similarity got to from dangerous backdrop. Both men surprised one another as well, going outside their wheelhouse with trading drop kicks along with more customary insecurity and Gammon Girl. But it was a Taishi classic that secured his victory. So we have Block C. We have Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroko Gato, Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., Aaron Hernair, Kenta, and Evil. As Ishii invaded a thrust kick and rocket a headbutt off the chest of Taishi, the Holy Emperor dug down with Yokozuna elbows that flattened the stone hip ball. Wasting no time, Taishi followed right up the black Memphis bow and took home 2 points. We go right into the next one, and that will be Taishi and Zack Sabre Jr. Had similar arduous paths to similarities, satisfying victory over a long-held foe in Kenta as Kenta. Oh, sorry, it's Kenta and Zack Sabre Jr. I'm sorry, as Kenta alluded to their past as Zack Sabre Jr. Japanese start in pro wrestling Noah. The veteran was determined to prove seniority and superiority through the match, delivering hard strikes and mostly able to overcome Sabre's attempt to submission counters. The DDT on the concrete floor outside would see damage done to the neck that would be compounded by Tornado Stun Gun and the Green Killer. Inside the match continued to unfold, yet Sabre was able to dole out just as much punishment in response, torturing the ankle and knee outside the ring and baiting Kenta into a kick exchange to open his opponent up to a neck twist. As he has so often done in the past, Sabre opened himself up to knockout defeat in order to create submission opportunity as Kenta repeatedly tried for a go to sleep. Sabre hung on and as well and was able to grab a brace from punishing holds. But the Bullet Club opposition was stubborn in refusing to give in to his junior. Rocking Sabre with a knee in the corner, Kenta followed up with a bazooka knee, but twice pulled Zack Sabre Jr. up for more punishment. On the third time, Kenta paid the price with his hubris and was caught in the final submission hold, quickly tapping out. Pride may have gotten the best of Kenta on this day, but it was his fresh Bullet Club compatriot, Juice Robinson, that had it all crow about in the main event. With opponent Shingo Takagi suggesting that Juice may take half-ass shortcuts in their match in an effort, Robinson was aggressive but nothing less than all effort. So a reminder who was in the D block: Yoshihashi, David Finlay, Shingo Takagi, Will Ospreay, Juice Robinson, El Fantasmo, and Yuro Takahashi. As you can tell, I got his new shirt. Yeah, I'm waiting with a nice haul from Pro Wrestling Tee. You know what? Whenever I get that, I'm going to save it and I'm going to open it here so you get a surprise of what I have and what I got myself. Yes, I do deserve it. Hurling. So we have Juice Robinson and Shingo Takagi. Takagi into the guardrails and meeting him with closet fists in the ring. Juice was aggressive in his trash talk as he was in his offense. Yet Juice was cognitive as well as aggressive, having a counter and Ryukan lariat and Worley staying in control until Noshigami saw the face bounce off the mat. Shingo replied with trash talk of his own and some mocking jabs. Juice would go prone to quill his foe offense and landed his shotgun dropkick, becoming even more frustrated as the Dragon powered himself out of the cover from the barrage of offense before drilling Juice with a wheelbarrow German suplex. Juice and Shingo collided full force with lariats, punches, and headbutts as Juice found himself on the apron. Takagi was a step ahead as he avoided an apron spear. Instead of getting the great Takagi revolution, but only from a pumping bomber, Juice was knocked wobbly enough to be late to a Pulp Fiction cover that only got pumping bomber. Juice was knocked wobbly enough to be late to a Pulp Fiction, but he had enough wherewithal to struggle to victory as Takagi looked for the last of the dragon. Juice desperately grappled for all he could. He found a referee to pull down to his feet. Juice couldn't hoist Takagi for the rock slide, but did get a second Pulp Fiction out of the three. Next in action is Sendai in Sendai on the 20th, where Lance Archer meets Bad Luck Fale in Block A. Tamatanga faces Chase Owens in Block B. Hiroki Goto meets Tetsu Naito in C Block. Main event D Block. David Finlay meets Yurori Takahashi. I'm gonna just keep saying I'm really really sorry about what I can't pronounce all these Japanese names. I mean, I swear to Christ, I think they purposely name their children in a way that if they come to the United States, it's fucking torture for us. And for the last night of the G1 climax, which was the 20th, the G1 climax tour rolled through Sendai on the 20th for the night 3 of the tour in Expedo Arena. Refresh on Block A, we have Kazuchika Okada, Toru Yano, Tom Lawler, Jonah, Jeff Cobb, Lance Archer, and Bad Luck Fale. Block A would be the semifinal main event position in Sendai with the first Goliath clash of the two super heavyweights in the tournament. Fale would try and get the jump on with Bad Luck Fale attempt on Archer as he made the entrance, but would have to deal with heavy pressure outside of the ring instead, at least until a massive high velocity shot in the guardrail. Angered as Archer put him under pressure, Fale would grab multiple chairs, much to the chagrin of the referee. Red shoots Unumano, eventually able to slam the former IWGP United States champion onto two of the chairs. Fale nearly picked up the victory via countout, but Archer would rally in spectacular form. Archer would follow up with a flying attack with an attempt an old school, but was countered and crotched by Fale, who had designed on a second rope splash, but was meant by a high knee. Muscling Fale up, Archer nearly hit blackout, and though the attempt was defused, a head scissor out of to the floor was followed by a cannonball senton from the apron that wowed the crowd. It appears as if Archer had a match in hand, but the two battled outside. Umino count count was progressing. Fale would eventually roll back at 19 and hand Archer the countout loss. So we're going to go on to Block B, refreshing. Tomohiro Ishii, Tamatanga, Sanada, Taishi, Great Khan, Jay White, and Chase Owens. In Block B, Tamatanga wasted no time going straight for Chase Owens, taking out his former Bullet Club ally and sending him into the lights with the back body drop. The crafty Owens would bail to the floor and superkick Jado at ringside to draw Tonga off his game. A pull off the apron and shot into the guardrails soon followed to take over. Owens struck an effective combination until a wild lariat out of the corner from Tonga. But Owens would plant him into the opposite corner pad with a snap sunset buckle bomb. Riley and Tama would land. The SRC to went for the supreme flow, but only found empty canvas. Tama struggled to get back into the match until Jado came through with a big assist. Owens would roll outside and remove. Sorry, it's my dad. Owens would fire back with C trigger for a near fall of his own, and constantly had to counter in store for the gun stun. But the Dodge Tonga would eventually send his foe into the exposed steel turnbuckle and landed the gun stun for the 3. So Tonga gets his win in the G1. The C block, refreshing who's in there. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, Tetsu Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., Haran, Aaron Hanair, Kenta, and Evil. Breaking a Bullet Club theme, though, the night was a C block main event between Hiroki Goto and Tetsu Naito, two familiar foes evenly matched at the start of the match, before Goto brought the pace with a lariat and a hip toss. Naito having to scramble outside for space, rolling in and out frustrated his foe. Naito got into Goto's head enough to have the cast member follow outside. Their El Inagabro, the ELJ, I'm going to just do ELJ because I can't pronounce this to save my fucking life, took control, seeing Gato right arm and shoulder hurt during the preview tag matches into the ring post and guardrails. As the match passed 10 minutes, Gato dug down and withstood the pain in his right arm to land a lariat and elbows with his dominant hand before switching sides for a signature bulldog that out of the got two out of the referee. Regardless of Regardless, his break was a brief one. Naito regained control with a leg Nelson and stayed there. A top rope Frankensteiner, seeing Gato reeling into a spine buster. Gato would keep alive, countering the ensuing Destino attempt with a Shokurai with and pulling Naito's neck deep into his chest. Naito would struggle to the ropes at the 15-minute mark with clear damage done, and the back elbows to the neck were soon cut off by Gato, who clutched the wrist into the Hell Wheel suplex for 2. Yoshikoroshi followed for another 2 as Naito struggled badly. But now the ELJ launched himself effectively off the back foot with a combo kick, flying arm, flying forearm, and running Destino. Gato resisted Valencia through and managed a one-man Shoto into the corner before the GTW nearly brought him to victory. Immediately followed up, Gato wanted GTR, but was denied with a crunching Valentina. Still, Goto was just able to counter, and Naito finishing Destino attempt and landed Shoten Kai before the GTR for the victory. We have Black D, Yoshihashi, David Finlay, Shingo Takagi, Will Ospreay, Juice Robinson, El Fantasmo, and Yuro Takahashi. Black D would start the Knights League action with David Finlay and Yuro Takahashi. Finlay frustrated Yuro on the mat, and Takahashi responded outside, landing a reverse DDT on the concrete. The move put Takahashi in the driver's seat until Finlay landed a backdrop suplex and then nipped up to connect with a plancha to the floor. As Finlay accelerated in intensity, a sunset flip powerbomb netted a sunset flip powerbomb netted a near fall at the 10-minute mark. Finley set up for the trash panda, but was distracted by Show suddenly appearance at ringside. Tanahashi quickly capitalized with a intercollegiate intercollegiate slam and went for his pimp stick as the referee had his hands full. Euro and landed a low blow and pimp juice, but Finley was able to kick out as the crowd came alive. Shoving Euro and into Show, Finley got two from Prima Nocia, a series of pinfalls countered and wait, series of pinfalls counters saw Finley try for an Okada roll, but the Rebel was shoved into Show and wrenched, leading to Big Juice and the pinfall. The G1 continues on Saturday, July 23rd in Ota, where Block A will see Kazuchika Okada face Toru Yano, Tomohiro Ishii versus Jay White meet in Block B, Zack Sabre Jr. and Aaron Henare do battle in Block C, and D, Block C's Shingo Takagi take on Yoro Hashi. So, I'm going to give you the next installment. I will be doing it on the review for his wait a second. I'm getting fucking what the hell is going on here? I'm getting what? I'm getting like notifications. I think. Breaking fucking news! Vince McMahon is gone! Yes! We've got our fucking goddamn it! Yes! Thank you! Thank you! It's true, it's damn true. Holy shit! Fucking awesome! What a Friday! We have Triple H back, and now fucking Vince McMahon is bye-bye. Na 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 na. Hey. Goodbye. Oh, I'm so fucking happy right now. Oh, breaking fucking news. Holy shit, Mother Teresa. Holy Fangul. Holy Manon. Vince McMahon, I'm going to show it on my phone. Says at 77, time for me to retire. Thank you, WWE Universe. Then, now, forever, together. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag thankful. Holy shit. Triple H and Stephanie are in charge. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is fucking crazy. Holy fungul. Holy shit. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy. Well, you think we're going to have a fucking goddamn boring Friday? Things just got to another level. Breaking news. We have also Triple H back in charge in the where he left off before he had his heart attack. And I want to congratulate the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, on his ass beat. This is it. This is his story. We start the build from now. He comes back to a hero's welcome. He comes back home. He wins the Royal Rumble. He gets the World Championship. And then we go. Holy fuck fucking shit. This is crazy. Vince McMahon gone. Yes. Now, it's time for the real Forbidden Door. Let's get to it, baby. Let's start getting those fucking dream matches that we wanted. Like, let's see, how about Roman Reigns versus Kazuchika Okada? Let's see, Roman Reigns versus Kenny Omega. Let's do this. Let's get this going. Let's get to this going. Tweet me on Twitter at Mel'S Mat Chat. You can also find me as well with Instagram and TikTok. Please, I'm almost at 1,000. I'm like 715. I need those because I'm gonna be doing lives on them too. Also, please go and follow me over on Snapchat, and I'm also on Facebook. But here we go. Here we the fuck go. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, I'm so fucking thrilled. I am so happy. I'm about to cry. Vince McMahon gone from WWE. He is retired because of those sex things. That's what it was. He was digging more holes. Even the Undertaker said he really needs to step away. Let Triple H and Stephanie do their thing. Listen to the man. Maybe he finally fucking listened to him. And with the TV 14, definitely listen to him. I know. Oh my God. Yes. I just got the notification. That's why you were calling me. You, Terry. Thanks. Thank you. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to go and get myself relaxed. I'm going to get myself a shower. I'm going to go, and before I do that, I got to vacuum my apartment. It has crap all over it. Since my mother is not here, I don't do much housework, like how many days she wants it. I do it at the end of the week and get it done. Who else is in this house? Who else? I will be back here Sunday at 11 a.m. to do preview and predictions. Please, I don't know if it's going to be live. You'll find out. It's not that when I post it and everything, and with the premiere and everything. So if it's premiered tonight or whatever, it'll be done. But I will be doing preview and predictions, and it will be on at some point at 11 o'clock sharp. Again, follow me on my social media. Please, if you're finding me, please go to my page and subscribe, turn on all notifications so when I go live, you can know about it. Also, please like and share all the videos. That would be appreciative. And please follow me on all my social media. And go check out harrys.com. Go check out maestroclassics.com. Go check out liquiddeath.com. Go check out deathwishcoffee.com. Check out HOG Wrestling. It will be on Fight TV, but if you were lucky enough to get to Terminal 5 for High Intensity 8 for House of Glory, get your tickets on hogwrestling.net. Hey, the first match was called out, was Killer Cross versus Low Key. Please go get everything situated over there at hogwrestling.net. And this weekend's going to be a big weekend for Outbreak Wrestling. So go check out any late breaking news on them, which is their Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So have a great week, and you'll see me definitely at some point at 11 o'clock. I don't know if it's live or it's going to be pre-recorded, but I want you to have a great weekend. And the bastard is gone. The assholes finally left the fucking ivory towers. We have new blood. Let's do this. We are now taking control of WWE. And hopefully the stocks go up because of this. So have a great weekend. Love you all. And I'll see you 11 some point on Sunday. All right? Have a great day. Have a great Friday. Love you all.